Okay, look on the screen. Look on the screen. Conflicting stories are out here about what happened to this young man, who obviously, based on appearance, may have had mental illness issues. So let's go ahead and get to it. Um, I have a lot of answers. Maybe a lot of questions. I think that need answers. So you're going to see a clip here of the young man at the restaurant as to what occurred. He was a former employee there. And then you're going to hear from the parents and also a friend. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the initial clip. Fair use.
With some breaking news, folks, this is out of Buckhead, where Atlanta police say an officer shot and killed a man who allegedly shot a security guard at the Fogo de Chao restaurant.
Let's get right out to our Paula Soro live on Piedmont Road, where it all went down just a few hours ago. Paula?
Yeah, and Jennifer, we actually just saw an ambulance pull out of the restaurant about 30 minutes ago, and a couple minutes after that, the road here, Piedmont Road behind me, reopened, but the scene looked quite different just a few hours ago. I'll step out of the way so that you can see what the scene looks like right now. You can still see some Atlanta police cars out here, the GBI on scene as well. APD tells us a discussion began at the bar area of Fogo de Chao here on Piedmont Road, then moved towards the front entrance where an officer shot and killed a man. His friends tell us tonight that man was a former employee here. Atlanta police say they responded to a call of an unruly person at Fogo de Chao in Buckhead Wednesday night. When they arrived, a security guard tried escorting the man who was sitting in the bar area outside of the restaurant and deployed his taser,
which had negative effect on the subject.
Police say the man stood up to try to leave the restaurant, and the security guard then tackled him.
While tackling the subject was able to retrieve his weapon, the suspect's weapon, and fire one shot into the security guard, at which time one of our officers did deploy his firearm, fatally injuring the subject.
He's fun, bubbly, he loves to have fun, he jokes around.
Lena Woodward, who says she's a close friend of the man killed and a former employee of the restaurant, says he used to work as a busboy at Fogo de Chao.
I just got multiple calls. I did hear Nigel got into a confrontation. I don't know with whoever. I have no idea. And then the next call, like I said, 2 minutes later was he's gone. And what I did, I left from working out and I came here.
Several witnesses hid under tables. At the time, Ronald McNeil was on the phone with his wife, who says she was sitting next to the bar and tried helping the security guard.
She was just getting up off of the floor from trying to give towels to them as they were holding the security guard who also got shot. They were trying to put towels on his chest before the MT got to him.
And tonight, the security officer is in the hospital, but in stable condition. And APD tells us that a weapon was recovered from the scene. And they also tell us that the GBI is now investigating.
Okay. So I'm just really trying to understand if he was trying to leave. I'm not understanding if he's getting up to leave, how the security guard just decides to, I guess, attack him or, approach him. Did it get out of control? That I don't know. And obviously we have a friend who they used to work with him. Let's go ahead and hear from the parents. The mother, of course, very emotionally charged, which is understandable. So this is her son. Sadly, interestingly enough, she reports they were just trying to get him some help right before this happened. Check this out, fair use.
Want to see another mother that's out there struggling, and their worst fear is being. I don't want to see another mother that's out there struggling, and their worst fear is being killed by a cop.
Mother expressing her heartbreak and anger just hours after she finds out her son was shot and killed by Atlanta police inside of Fogo de Chao in Buckhead. Now, this is video from inside the restaurant moments after the shooting. The family says Nigel Cullins was suffering a mental health crisis and ended up at Fogo de Chao, where a confrontation ended up with Cullins allegedly shooting a security guard and then police shooting him. 11 Alive's Brittany Klein-Peter is live now at the restaurant. Brittany.
Nigel's mother tells me she's absolutely devastated that her son lost his life here and that she tried to get him help just hours before this all unfolded at this restaurant. She shared this photo with him. Take a photo of him with us. Take a look at it. Colin's parents say that he was 22 years old and that yesterday afternoon they believed he was not in the right state of mind. They called 911 to try to get him to a hospital, but that it took way too long for help to arrive, and their son left the house.
I let them know my son has mental health issues. I'm not sure if he used any substances in reference to pills, or I don't know. But I explained to them in great detail my biggest fear when I got on the phone with them. I said he's an African American male. Please make sure whoever shows up is trained and knowledgeable. So when they deal with my son, I don't have to worry about my son being killed.
Collins ended up going to the Buckhead Fogo de Chão restaurant where he used to work. Someone from the restaurant called 911 that an unruly patron had a gun. Police say they responded, and at one point a security guard tackled Collins. That's when they say Collins pulled out his gun and shot the guard, leading police to shoot Collins, killing him. The guard survived and at last check was at the hospital. Coming up tonight, I'm going to speak with Collins' parents more about.
Okay, so kind of have a few questions about this. For the mother, condolences. So many questions. It's just, to me, it's just not clear. So obviously, in my mind, something must have occurred. Something must have triggered them to try to get him some help, and then he leaves and goes to this restaurant. So that tells me something must have happened. They said, oh, it took too long. Well, I hate to tell you, with the high crime rate, especially in inner cities, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, with the high crime rate, what do you all expect? No offense, but let's be real. This is what you contribute to when you have high crime. Defund the police. Crime over here, crime over there, crime over here. Oh, get a call from over there. And then they have to prioritize. So again, I hate to say it, facts are facts. When you have high crime like we do in these communities, expect this to happen. It is taking too long. Really? Why? I'm sorry to say, because there's too many Tyrones that's doing wrong in the community. So then he leaves and goes here. Then she says, they ask her about, I guess it's drug use, and she doesn't know. How do you not know if he's using drugs or not? So I want to know what occurred prior. How long has a family known he's had possibly alleged mental illness? Has he been committed? Did anyone try and stop him from leaving, or he just up and left? The security guard, if he was getting up to leave, I want to know, why did you decide to go ahead? Why did you decide to go ahead and tackle him? Did you see the gun and that prompted, or did you just want to be RoboCop, get something rocking? Did you perceive, oh, it's going to be a greater threat? Was it something that he said? So a lot of questions here. This isn't something, to me, it's not just some clear cut issue. Oh, this happened and boom. No. When he was getting up to leave, what caused the security guy to go ahead and tackle him? Was it something he said? Sometimes people will say things, and I'm not saying that he said, oh, I'll do this, please. Was that it? Did he see the gun? It could have been avoided. They've called the police on him for his behavior. The parents called the police on him because of his behavior. So you have to know something was going on with this young man. And I hate to say it, in the BC, sometimes we let this kind of things go unchecked in the home, and then we get out into greater society, and it's like, they're going to check it by calling 911, and this is what happens. This is another way how the Duxies have adversely affected the Black community. Again, so many crimes every time you look up, women and children being killed. So many crimes. They shoot a prosperous Black man. Oh, Black man trying to help out. What happened? Oh, he got shot. So then when something happens to people that look like you, do not be surprised when the sympathy is not high on the Richter scale. So this here, a lot of questions. And full investigation. Maybe they should release a camera that occurred inside the facility, the restaurant. It took, when I thought about that, it took too long. Well, you're in Atlanta, gee, not like it's exactly crime free. That is how the fact that it took too long, that's how in communities, the negative and dusty criminal behavior, it can affect everyone. Maybe if they'd gotten there a little bit sooner. But so much crime, I mean, what you expect? Y'all want to defund the police. What do you expect? Set the criminals free, prison reform, they're out on the streets. And you think someone's going to come to you in 5 minutes? As I said before, said again, Dusty's bring drama. They bring trauma. The financial implications, oh, I don't know. 911 taking too long to get there. Maybe this could have been avoided. There's too much dust in the nation. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I have so many questions. This isn't some just clear cut. So many questions. But it's interesting and sad. The parents call, I guess, for the police, call for help. Then he goes to a different location, and then they call the police. We definitely have an issue. So let me know what your thoughts are. I look forward to reading the comments. I'm out, and stay safe.